Hello and welcome to day 25 of Lifebook's 30-day challenge. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. We're really getting some momentum now in this course. Now, so far in this program, we've examined 11 separate categories of your life. 11! From your health and fitness, to your love relationship, to your financial life, and everything in between. And I hope that you've gotten some really good insights so far. Today is going to be amazing. It's going to rock your world because we're going to explore the final category in the Lifebook program, which is called your life vision. And this is where all the thinking that you've done so far really starts to come together into one thing. It's here that you're going to realize that the Lifebook process isn't really about 12 separate things as much as it's about one thing, and that's you, your life. You're one person with 12 different aspects that makes up your life. The Lifebook process is an organized way of thinking about you and your life. And you are a complex, dynamic, organic creature. You're not math, you're a human being. So these categories aren't concrete. There's no clearly defined edges. And there's no structure out there that's ever going to be 100% accurate in capturing what you are all about at your core. But Lifebook is probably the best program out there for wrestling this all down and wrapping our minds around an issue that's almost impossible to fully comprehend: how best to live our life on this planet. These 12 categories make up your life. And I'll tell you something, they're not electives. They're all mandatory, literally every one of them. You can't leave any of these things behind. So you've got your financial life handled, but you've destroyed your body along the way. Well, what good is having a lot of money if you're horribly out of shape? Or maybe you focus some good energy on your physical fitness, but what good is looking great if you've got really poor relationships? You're not going to be happy. Or maybe you've taken great care of your most important relationships, but if you're living in constant financial lack, if you've got to spend all your time working with your nose to the grindstone just to pay your bills, you're living a life of scarcity. You're still living way below your potential. You've got to handle all these areas because they all add up to one thing: you, your life. Remember toward the beginning of this program when we were in the health and fitness category and I said, a win here is a win everywhere? Well, I'm going to share a little secret with you. A win anywhere in your life is a win everywhere in your life. You make progress in any one of these areas, you push your whole life forward. Get stronger physically, it affects your whole life. Get smarter intellectually, it improves everything. Create more financial abundance, it makes everything in your life better. It lifts everything. You take your love relationship to the next level, you take your whole life to the next level in the process. So it's here, in the final category, life vision, that we begin to focus on the most important aspect of the Lifebook program, which is a singular, compelling picture of the person that you want to become and the life that you want to live. And unfortunately, most people just don't have any idea where even to begin when it comes to getting clear on where they really want to go in their life and how they're going to get there. It's a little bit like that passage in Alice in Wonderland when she's talking to the Cheshire Cat and she says, "Cheshire Cat, would you please tell me which way I should go from here?" Cat says, "Well, it depends a good deal on where you want to get to." And Alice says, "Well, I don't really much care where I get to." And the cat says, "Well, then it doesn't matter which way you go." And Alice says, "But I want to get somewhere." And the cat says, "Oh, you're sure to do that if you walk long enough." That's how most people live their lives. They don't have any destination in mind. They don't know which way to go because they don't know where they want to end up. They don't know what to do because they don't know where they're going. So instead of being focused with a clear direction, they wander aimlessly through their lives. They just kind of float like a piece of driftwood wherever the tide of life happens to take them. They don't envision their future with a sense that they can powerfully influence it. They don't see themselves as in the driver's seat of their life, in control of their own life. They hope a lot, but there's no internal sense of power that they can make things happen. Instead, they react to life. They sort of let life happen to them. They've given control of their lives to other forces, to other people, to the company they work for, to things out there in their environment. They've got no real sense of what their life is about, no sense of personal meaning, no sense of their own identity. In other words, they have no vision for their life. Our ability to envision our future is literally the defining feature of our humanity. It's the most significant difference between us and the other animals, to envision things as they might be, to imagine things that don't exist in the world right now, but could exist if we make them real. It's literally the most important thing that the human brain does. Our brains are designed to do that. Our frontal lobe is markedly different than any other creature on this planet, and it allows us to think about the future in a way that no other animal can, does, or ever has. This uniquely human ability to visualize allows us to choose a possible future for ourselves among many possibilities. We can mentally sort through limitless possible futures and choose the best for ourselves and avoid the worst. And we darn well better exercise our ability to do that, because not all futures are created equal. Some futures are definitely better than others. So if we don't exercise this ability to consciously choose what we want our future to be like, we literally have no decision-making framework with which to judge our daily choices and actions. Without taking responsibility to clearly define where we want to end up in our lives, we can't possibly know which path is the right path to take. We're like Alice in Wonderland. We'll eventually end up somewhere, but who knows where that'll be? And here's the big challenge for a whole lot of people. Without a clear vision to guide us, our default framework for making decisions becomes pleasure and pain, just like the rest of the animals on this planet. Pavlov proved that animals are hardwired to do whatever's necessary to escape pain and move toward pleasure in the moment. They have no ability to think about later. It's about pain and pleasure now. If we don't exercise our ability to think about later, we default to whatever feels good in the moment. And I'll tell you, that's a recipe for disaster, which leads to just about every unhealthy, unproductive, life-destroying activity you can imagine. This is where addiction lives: smoking, drinking, taking drugs, overeating, gambling, sex addiction, anything to get a little bit of pleasure in the moment and to avoid pain. And that's no way to live. That's not having a fully human experience. As human beings, we have the extraordinary ability to create a vision for our lives that allows us to transcend the pain and pleasure response. We're the only animal that can do that. And that makes all the difference in the world. That's why you need a clear vision for your life. When you have a clear vision that you're absolutely committed to achieving, you can accept the fact that there's going to be both pain and pleasure on this journey. It's just part of the process. There are going to be victories and there are going to be defeats. There are going to be wins and there are going to be losses. Some days are going to be great and awesome and easy, and some days won't be so easy. That's not important. Your destination is what's important. Your life vision is what's important. It's the constant through the inevitable trials and tribulations that you're going to encounter. Your life vision is like your North Star. It's your guiding light. It gives you a damn good reason to tolerate a little short-term pain and deny yourself a little bit of short-term pleasure, because you know that there's a big pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. And never has it been more important to have your own life vision than it is in today's culture, which I gotta tell you, it's essentially designed to challenge every ounce of self-control that you have. You walk the aisles of a supermarket, you're gonna come in contact with 35,000 brands. 35,000 brands, all trying to get you to do what they want you to do. So guess what? If you don't have a clear vision for your life, it turns out that there are plenty of people out there and plenty of companies out there that are going to be happy to sell you theirs. So can you see how critical it is to have a clear vision of your future, your own decision-making framework? To be able to stop running your life controlled by what feels good in the moment, to be able to actually get yourself to get out of that warm bed in the morning, even though you know it's going to be a little bit uncomfortable because you've got a higher vision for what you want in your life. You've got a higher vision that makes that short-term pain irrelevant. Or to save your money instead of spending it, not for the sake of hoarding, but because you've got a bigger vision. You want to build your dream house, so you can pass on that Gucci purse that you'd really like to buy in the moment. To exercise some emotional control and not snap at your lover, even though you might want to in the moment, because the vision for your love relationship is clear, and it's more important than a little ego burst right now. To be able to make your daily decisions based not on what feels good right now, but based on a clearly defined destination that you're absolutely committed to reaching in your life. That is having a fully human experience. The importance of a clearly defined, compelling life vision that pulls you forward just can't be overstated. If you want to live the best life you're capable of living, you've got to have one. You've got to organize your entire life around it. You've got to tie yourself to it. You've got to be guided by it and draw upon it. Let it pull you into your future and let it create itself through you. So now let's take a deeper look at exactly what a life vision is. The dictionary definition of the word vision is a mental image of what the future will or could be like. A mental image of what the future will or could be like. And our ability to hold that mental image in our minds is the greatest ability that we have as human beings. I'm telling you, to imagine things that don't exist in the real world right now, but could exist if we make them real, that's like magic. It's one of the most powerful things that a human being is capable of doing. The ability to create a clear vision for the person that we want to become and the life that we want to live is a uniquely human experience. We're the only ones that do that. But here's the thing, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And doing it right entails some pretty deep work. It's a big mission. It takes a pretty good deal of insight into who you really are deep down at your core and what you really want out of life. Not just what you say you want or what you think you might want, but what you truly want out of life, all things considered, including your abilities to pull things off, the price that you're willing to pay to get what you want out of life, all things considered. We're going to encounter some fairly sophisticated philosophical questions and principles along the way that on the surface may seem a little bit paradoxical and somewhat tough to navigate, but as usual, at Lifebook, we've got this process wired. We've been to this party before, and we're going to take you through step by step, and we're going to make this fascinating assignment as easy and fun as we can possibly make it. So, on to your exercise for today. You're going to begin the process of creating your life vision today. Now, it's going to take you some time. I've been working on mine for 20 years, just so you know. But this is going to be fascinating and super exciting for you to start the process. All I want you to do today is take a look at the 11 categories of your life that we've examined so far. All 11 of them, one after another, and answer 2 simple questions in each life category. Question number 1, what exactly do I want in this area of my life? What do I want in my health and fitness? What do I want in my emotional life? What do I want in my love relationship, etc.? Question number 2, why do I want that? What's that going to do for me? What's the reason that I want to make that happen? Now, it could be just a sentence or 2 in each category, or you might find yourself writing a little bit more in some categories. But this is going to be profound, and it's going to be an eye-opening experience for you that will start the process of unlocking your life vision, which is huge. What exactly do I want in every area of my life, and why do I want that? Tomorrow, we're going to explore your life vision a little bit more deeply, and we're going to leverage the good thinking that you're going to be doing in today's exercise. So until then, have a great day, do your exercise at a really high level, and I'll see you tomorrow as we continue our exploration of your life vision.